My name is Lorie Annunziato. I work for the city of Washington here in town, and I am the city treasurer and utility billing clerk. I moved here October of 2016. So I've been here just over 9 years, and I moved here with my daughter. So I'm from Long Island, New York. The town I lived in had approximately 42,000 people in it, and our county had. So at that time, we recently sold a business and we were ready to move to a slower pace of life, safer, and where our daughter would have more opportunities and just a different lifestyle. What do I like or love about Washington? Well, Washington definitely has a slower pace from where I'm from. So when you live in New York or any bigger city, we say that it's so many miles away. Like Walmart's 25 minutes away, but not so much where I'm from. Walmart might have been about 15 miles down the road, but at the wrong time of the day, it could take you 45 minutes. Traffic, non-existent here. Best part, I love our small community. It is nice to be able to go somewhere and they know you. You're not just a number. You're not just someone that lives there that you don't know your neighbors. The weirdest thing was when I moved here, I got a knock on the door and it was a neighbor. I didn't know my neighbors in New York as much as I know them here. They brought baked goods to welcome us to the community. That's something you don't get in a big city. I wish Washington would have a better downtown. I wish we had more of a hometown diner. Um, I kind of miss that, being able to go to a diner and here it would be different. You would run into your neighbor, you would run into your child's teacher or their friends or something along those lines. So I think we miss that. Our small town businesses, we do have wonderful small town businesses, but I wish we had some more. So, I mean, having small town opportunities would be nice to maybe be able to get different options that we don't have here. We have wonderful options for food here. I mean, you want to get a nice cup of coffee, you want to have a nice sandwich with a friend on their patio, or you want some Mexican food or something along those lines. We have great opportunities for food here. But, you know, sometimes just a simple diner or something along those lines kind of helps bring everything together. So, my daughter, when we moved here, was in second grade. She moved mid-year, so she started in October. So it was kind of different for her, but being from such a large community where we were from, she would have graduated as a number, about 1,000 kids. Here, there's 28 kids, so she has a name. When we went back to school for third grade, she was so excited. She had all the same kids in her class. No one different. She was able to start forming bonds with her friends. So now, years later, she still has those same friends. Of course, some have moved, some have added. She knows the kids below her and ahead of her, which is wonderful. Here, we as a community have wonderful programs that all kids can be involved in, whether they're multiple sporting, multiple events, where in bigger communities you don't have that opportunity. So I think that's wonderful. Negative? That's kind of hard. Um, I can't really think of much negativity at all here at USD 108. Um, yeah, I would say mostly everything is positive here, from the staff who knows our kids in and out. They know when there's something wrong with them. They know when they've had good achievements and they're there for them, which is probably the best thing. Housing in Washington or in our community surrounding, versus where I lived on the East Coast, very different. So when I moved here again back in 2016, housing was there was more houses available here locally. I wanted to stay more in a town. With having a younger child, she would have the opportunities to play with friends, walk to school, walk to the library, and back and forth to her school events. That's what I wanted. Um, we were able to find something. It's kind of funny. I bought a house sight unseen. Of course, internet photos and such. Um, but houses in New York run way higher than they do here. Your very high-end houses here would be a house in New York that needs to be fully gutted. So, yeah, housing here is
Washington work in the area?
yes, I was able to find employment here. When I moved here in October, the job I currently hold came up for, looking for people to fill a position with someone retiring. I actually had all my stuff still in shipment, still coming from the East Coast when I applied for my job. So, yeah, it was kinda different. Definitely easier to apply for jobs here than it is in a bigger city.